Yo, Marcus, man, we back around the water cooler, man. How you feeling today, boss?
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. How you, bro? How
I'm
you?
doing good, man. Doing good. Can't complain. Can't complain, man. What we talking about today around the water cooler, boss?
Man, we got to touch on this SEC media preseason poll.
Who you telling, man?
See what,
This,
see what the snubs is. Tell me who you think was left off this list, bro. I
yeah,
need you to tell me who you think. Hey, and what else should we talk about while we at it?
man. You know we gotta talk about the NFL, man. They reporting the training camps today. So we right around the corner, man. Football season is almost here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all get ready.
Every time what he
Favorite time of the year, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all know what's coming up next. Water Cooler Talk Podcast. Let's go.
Get ready, because you're now listening to Water Cooler Talk. Covering everything sports and sports news. From the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, the pros, the collegiate level, and everything in between. If it's about sports, then we're about it. So keep it locked to the absolute coolest podcast. Now, your hosts, Nick Frazier and Marcus Fitzpatrick.
Let's go. Let's go.
Welcome to the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. The coolest podcast in your ear. My name is Nick Frazier, and the other person you hear him or you see him, tell him who you are, boss man.
Marcus Fitzpatrick. Let's go. Let's get it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. If you hear our voice, you know what that means. That means it's Wednesday, and we back around the water cooler giving our perspective on sports. Marcus, how you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you, my brother?
Man,
How
I'm
are
feeling
you?
good, man. Feeling good, man. I'm feeling okay, man. I'm here trying to make it through. We'll be all right, though, man.
Okay.
Hey, man, I just got the PS5. Well, I ordered the PS5. I got the game.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for it to get here. It'll be here this week because I ordered it offline. How you liking the game? How you liking NCAA 25, right? It's college football 25. How you liking it?
Man, all right, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Okay.
It's a good game. It's a good game.
Okay.
But I feel like with 10 years of not having it around, I feel like with it coming back on the scene, it could have been more that they maximized on.
Okay. In what way, though? What you mean? Like, in what way? Like, what could they have done better?
I feel like the Glory Road mode could have been more in depth. Like put a person inside of a college athlete experience for real. Like have them walk around campus. Like the 2K got the city, have them walk around a generic version of campus and do different things. Like go work out or go to class or like have them actually, look the part. Like let me dress up my player
That'd be a
outside
lot.
of
That'd be a lot.
how you get a chance to maximize on that, you know what I'm saying? But
So you want a generic campus, not like the actual campus that the player went to. So like if they did that, they would have to go and scan every single college campus that's in the game.
they scan the stadium. They on the campus anyway.
Well, yeah, you got a point. You got a point. But that's a lot though, man. They'll probably be on campuses for a week trying to scan a whole stadium. Goodness.
Man, you gotta be that in depth. You can look on Google Maps and look at a stadium. I mean,
Nah, the one trepidation that I've heard people have is that they wish that the road to glory started in high school.
yeah,
Yeah,
like they used to. Like they should have kept a lot of pieces that they had previously. And they got rid of it.
I got you. Well, just know, Risky Skill, that's my online name. I'll be on that thing this weekend.
Man, I would like to invite you. I have a dynasty mode set up on it. I would like to invite you to my dynasty. I already got
Okay.
5 to 6 participants. I got my boy B Sharpshooter podcast on that thing.
Okay.
I got my boy K Swiss Kyle on that thing. I got my boy Knife Artifact Tay T's on that thing. I got my boy Tymo California on that thing. I got my boy Tony, you know what I'm saying? MLB on that thing. So, we got participants already. Then my boy DJ said once he purchased the video game, he will be joining the dynasty.
That's what's up.
So, you are invited. And whoever, all the listeners, if you want to smoke, please come join the dynasty. But it won't be easy.
Y'all play on Heisman mode or varsity? Which one?
Play on Heisman. We are like kids. We are not kids. This is not a kid game, and it's a $20 buy-in. And if you win the national championship, you get the pot.
Ooh. Hey, yo, low key, hey, shout out to DeHaven from Sharpshoots
Oh
Podcast,
yeah,
man.
man! Shout out that
He
boy.
team build Tuskegee into the game, into the actual game, man. And that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what's up, man. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, man. We don't have to drop shit, but we're changing
Who needs
format
some?
up a little bit.
Who needs to
Well,
drop,
it make
bro?
it sound a little better, but it is what it is. But
All right, we still gonna turn
let's
up anyway.
go ahead and move to the first half. All right, ladies and gentlemen, man, we are here, man. But let's go ahead and get some house rules out of the way, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, and share the video using the hashtag WCTPod. Hey, man, follow on Instagram and TikTok at the Water Cooler Talk on Instagram and TikTok. Follow us on Twitter. It's called X now at CoolersPod23. And make sure you go on Facebook and follow the Facebook page, the Water Cooler Talk Podcast Facebook page on Facebook. And if you like listening to the audio version of the podcast, because I know some people do, and you can listen to us on any one of your favorite podcast player platforms, whether it's Apple Podcasts, whether it's Google Podcasts, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Just search the Water Cooler Talk Podcast, and you can find us. Listen to the show, rate and review the show, man. It helps us out. But we thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. Marcus teased it in the opening, man. SEC Media Days happened last week. All right. And normally in SEC Media Days, this year it was in Dallas at the Omni Hotel, and that was to basically cater towards Oklahoma and Texas coming into the lead at the two new schools that are now in the SEC. A lot of stuff happened at SEC Media Days. A lot was said, a lot wasn't said. But we're gonna kind of focus on the preseason poll and all SEC team that was put out by the media. Now, Marcus, you had a chance to take a look at this poll. Let's just go over it. Let's go over the preseason media poll of who the media feels will be the 2024 SEC champion. All right, so Georgia got 165 points. Texas got 27. Alabama got 12. Ole Miss got 4. Vanderbilt got 2. Wow. LSU got 2. And South Carolina got 1. And the predicted order of finish is Georgia 1, Texas 2, Alabama 3, Ole Miss 4, LSU 5, Missouri 6, Tennessee 7, Oklahoma 8, Texas A&M 9, Auburn 10, Kentucky 11, Florida 12, South Carolina 13, Arkansas 14, Mississippi State 15, and then Vanderbilt rounds out at 16. Do you agree? Well, I know you don't agree with the SEC champion because last week, if I'm not mistaken, you said you got Ole Miss winning the SEC championship. Is that correct? You got Ole Miss winning the championship, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
No, hold on. Why you keep doing that? No, I got Auburn winning the championship.
Man, it's all right. It's okay, man. It's all right if you take Ole Miss.
No.
So you got Auburn winning. You got Auburn winning the SEC championship.
God dang right, Nick.
Okay.
God dang right. It's a family-friendly show, so I can't say what I want to say.
Okay.
So,
all right. I hear you. I actually have Texas winning the SEC championship. Even though I'm an Auburn fan, I think Texas is gonna come in and win. Now, do you agree with this?
The other part of me say Ole Miss though.
Okay.
Like
all right.
Do you agree? Non-biased says Ole Miss.
Do you agree with this order of do you think this is the way that the order would be finished? Do you think Georgia's number one at the end of the day?
I think you can't disrespect what Kirby has built up at Georgia.
Okay.
And I think people will still respect what he has done. I feel like, maybe it is overhyped, but maybe who knows? Kirby has built defenses time and time again to be, national championship caliber defenses.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna doubt Kirby, and I'm not gonna say that Georgia hasn't deserved that number one spot. Texas, I feel like I feel like I can agree with Texas being at number 2, Bama at 3. I think that we are not taking into account that Nick Saban won't be on the sidelines this year.
Okay, so you
And
think Nick Saban not being the head coach of Alabama will be a major difference for the University of Alabama this year in football?
I think it drops them under Ole Miss. Like
Wow.
if I'm projecting SEC media board, I'm gonna go with the obvious pick, which is Georgia.
Okay.
And then Texas, who is a strong newcomer. I understand with returning a Heisman candidate quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand putting them at 2, but to put Alabama at 3, I feel like you putting a lot into the bag of Jalen Milroe, who I haven't seen too much of this offseason, but I know he had a lot to work on last offseason, as in passing the games.
Okay.
And pinpointing the ball. So, if you think that people are not going to game plan against his legs this year, you're crazy. He's not going to be as effective, I think, as he was just scrambling out the backfield this year. So
you think I'm getting a little feedback in my ear, but it's okay. Do you think that so you think that teams game plan around Jalen Milroe this year to where he's not going to be an effective runner this year is what you're saying?
I'm not saying he won't be an effective runner, but I feel like it's going to take a hit. It won't be as effective as it was last year.
Okay, but this is a question though. This is a question. If it's not as effective this year, he has had a full off season with Kalen DeBoer, right? He has had a full off season with the new receivers that's coming in to Alabama, the new names that'll be there. So he knows who these guys are. The offensive line, from what I'm hearing and reading,
should be the best offensive line in the SEC.
Should be the best offensive line in the SEC from what I'm reading. Now, why in that case, Alabama is the defending SEC champions. Why shouldn't they? So why shouldn't they be the number 1 team right now? Why shouldn't they be at the top of the mountain right now? Now I'll give you what Nick Saban said. Nick Saban did not pick Alabama to even go to the SEC championship game. Now,
because he knows his presence will be missed.
well, he stated the secondary. He said the secondary would be a reason why that team will falter and that team will have some problems on the back end in the secondary. That's what he said. I think, and this is coming from an Auburn fan. I think Kalen DeBoer will come in. I'm not picking them to win because I already picked Texas and Georgia to be in the SEC championship game. No, Texas and Ole Miss, excuse me.
Ole Miss.
Yeah, I picked Texas and Ole Miss to be in the SEC championship game.
I got Texas and Ole Miss winning.
Yeah.
We both got the same SEC championship game.
Yeah. That's right. My bad. I got Texas and Ole Miss in the SEC championship game, and I got Texas winning. But I'm not. I think Alabama will be able to rattle off. Do you think Alabama can win 9 games this year?
How many games is it this season? Because I think it's more games now that they join, right?
No, it's the same amount of games. Same amount of conference games. 8 and then 3 non-conference games. So I think it's 11 games. No, 4 non-conference games. So 12 games if I'm not mistaken.
12 games. So yeah, I thought so. Okay. So I said they'll lose 4.
Wow, you got Alabama losing 4 games. Wow.
Yeah, I got them losing 4.
So they win 8 games. They win 8 games this year. So Nick Saban is that big of a piece to Alabama to where they don't even win 9 games this year is what you're saying. He's that important.
Yes.
Woo. Man. That's a big wow. That's not a lot of faith in Kalen DeBoer. That's not a lot of faith in Kalen DeBoer.
I'm a fan, and I don't have to have faith in Kevin DeBoer. I gotta have faith in Hugh Freeze.
Well, speaking of Hugh Freeze, do you have faith in Hugh Freeze?
I got to. I got to. So
That's not
yeah.
a
I'm
strong
with-
that
Hey,
you
all right. Ask me again.
all
Ask
right.
me again.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you again.
All right. All right.
Do you, Marcus Fitzpatrick, have faith in Hugh Freeze as the head coach of the Auburn Tigers? Man, you still hesitate,
Uh,
man. Stop. You don't got no faith in that man. Stop, man. Stop. You still
hey
hesitate,
man.
man. You still hesitate.
After you know what I'm saying. After this great recruiting, you know what I'm saying. This great recruiting season that he put up. Maybe. And that's my team on my dynasty. So
Okay.
I see where we're going.
Okay. All
I see
right.
where we're going. I feel like if we can stay healthy, you know what I'm saying. We got a lot of young pieces. We got a lot of new pieces. So if we can stay healthy, I think this is what I say.
Okay. I'm waiting.
I
I'm
got
waiting to
faith
hear it.
that-
I'm waiting to hear it.
all right. With the way the college system is now, he doesn't have long to pull it together.
See, listen. That's been my
And
argument for the longest. Like, okay, shout out to DC Wolf and Auburn Addicts. Go check out the show that we do over there on Sundays at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. We actually had this conversation. We've been having this conversation for the past 2 weeks, actually, almost. I am under the impression, and let me paraphrase this. I'm under the impression that a coach needs at least 4 years
yeah,
as a coach. 2,
you got it. All right.
go ahead.
All right, you got to be four. It got to be four. It got to be 4 years.
Yeah.
You got to get 1 year to get his old recruits out.
Yep.
Another year to get your recruit class in.
Yep.
Another year to be a culture. And last year, if your culture ain't built and your team ain't ready to go, it's on you.
Exactly. So this is where I am in it. The question was asked was, how long do you think Hugh Freeze has before I'm still kind of confused on. I don't know if he was fired or if there will start being, rumblings about what's going on. I'm answering the question underneath the premise, underneath the guise of how long before Hugh Freeze start. How long will it take before rumblings in Auburn start happening to where people are like, yo, what's going on? Like, what are we doing? Like, where's the return on the investment?
It's gonna be like that after this year. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting ready to say.
I don't think that.
Listen.
I said 3 years. I think after year 3, I think
Okay,
if
I can
he
agree.
doesn't,
I can agree with that because the whole university wasn't sold on Harsin. We still gave him 3 years.
no, Harsin got a year and a half.
I
Harsin
thought he
got a
got
year and a half. He got there in 2020. He had the 2020 season. No, not the 2020 season. He had the 2021 season. And then
I got that 2020.
he got there the 2021 season. 2020 was Gus's last season. He got there in the 2021 season and he started off like 5-0. And everybody was like, "Oh, snap. What we got going on?" And then it just went downhill. Because he lost like 4 or 5 games in a row or something like that. 4 or 5 of the he lost like 4 or 5 of the last 6 or something like that. Then in 2020, then going into the off season of 2022, that's when they started manufacturing stories about what was going on and trying to get rid of him. The people with the money was trying to figure out how to get rid of him. And he was let go after the Arkansas game, if I'm not mistaken, in 2022. And that's when Cadillac took over as the interim head coach. And things and stuff like that. And then 2023, Hugh Freeze last season was Hugh Freeze's first year on the Plains. But back to the original question, back to the original premise. I'm saying after year 3, based on what you said, based on the current climate of college football, with the transfer portal and being able to basically have college free agency right now, I think after year 3, if Hugh Freeze is not winning 9-10 games, you're going to start hearing murmurs and whispers and rumblings and grumblings about what is going on in Auburn. What is it? Like, if he's still losing games he's not supposed to lose. If we're not competitive in games that we're supposed to be dominating or competitive in, you're gonna start hearing people. You gonna, especially the fan base for sure is gonna be on them. But you're gonna start. I feel like you're gonna have a lot of the people that hold the pocketbooks and the purses and the wallets is gonna be like, look, we put 30 plus million, $40 million into you, and we want to return on our investment.
So, all right. The question is when you gonna start hearing the rumbles, right?
When you start hearing them, and I'm saying you will start hearing them if he doesn't produce, you're gonna start hearing them after year 3.
All right. I think after year 3, the rumbles are gonna get louder. I think this is what I'm saying. They not gonna get rid of him after when the rumbles start.
No. I'm not saying they're gonna get rid of him, and I'm not advocating that they will.
No. This is what I'm saying. So after, all right, his performance this year, like you were saying about dropping games, like this year, he only has a few games that he's supposed to drop.
Okay.
That we're gonna allow him to drop. If he dropped more than a few games that we feel like he's supposed to win this year, the rumble's gonna start.
All right, let me ask you this question. If Hugh Freeze goes 6-7 again this year with a bowl loss, how would you feel going into year 3?
The rumbling start.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm agreeing with that point. So year 3 would be if he drops the ball this year. Will Hugh Freeze be the coach going into year 4?
Oh, that's a good question. See, the other people, I know DC thinks it'll be DC says that the roster was so bad, which I am not disagreeing with him at all on that. The roster was atrocious. It was trash can juice. That's what it was when Hugh Freeze got
there. The thing about it is, this is what I say. I don't know what DC argument was because I'm not really familiar. I just but I did watch y'all show Sunday, but I didn't get to that part. But what I feel like is every coach that Auburn has had has inherited a shaky roster.
Okay.
A lot of coaches.
Travell came on there and said that he came on there and said that the rosters have not been good when coaches have come in and
the thing about it is coaches in the past have been like Dion. They have went out and got luggage. Like when Gus came in, Gus brought three game changing transfers with him.
Yeah.
He brought Nick Marshall. He brought Nick Marshall. He brought who else? He brought what's the guy name?
What position?
Coates. Huh?
Sammy Coates. You talking about Sammy Coates?
Yeah, he brought Sammy Coates. I thought he was recruited by.
He was recruited by Auburn.
Gus.
Yeah.
He came in as a freshman, right?
Yeah.
That was his freshman year when with Gus, right?
2013. 2013, I believe it was his sophomore year. I think 2012 was his freshman year. I think
you didn't see a lot of him.
Yeah.
You didn't see a lot of that guy. I'm just saying, like names burst on the scene when Gus came back.
Mm-hmm.
So he brought a lot of pieces with him, and even when Gene was here, like you said, I think you said it, like Gene had to 285 seasons after he had to turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
After Tubman Tuberville, like then Tubman Tuberville when he left, then he leaving with Cody Burns and the guys.
Yeah, Cody Burns was the quarterback. He was a quarterback in 07, 08. He was there. But this was a question that was brought up as well too. Question was it more of the roster being bad, or was it more of the scheme and the fit and the coaching that turned it around? Because it was a complete 180 when Gus came in 2013. I mean, you took a 3-9 team and then the next season you playing for the national championship. And I will keep saying this: if Gus Malzahn would have just ran the ball in the third quarter, Auburn would have another national championship. But I agree.
And if Chris Davis make a tackle in the open field,
I
we would
agree
have
with that too. I agree with that.
You
But
know
if
what I'm
Gus Malzahn would have just kept running the ball in the third quarter, Chris Davis would not have had to make that tackle. But
saying?
it is what it is.
There was
That's all I'm saying.
we Auburn fans and we bitter about the Florida State loss. We
Bitter about that
understand.
one, man. Auburn should have won that game. But it is
James, you weren't supposed to take that from the crib. But
yeah,
but that's
I'm upset
not
about that one.
either there. But what I would say is to that the scheme is Gus is a great coach. Cause all right, so if you look at 2010, he was the offense coordinator, so he was calling schemes for Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Then he come back and he do it again.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great coach, and the thing about it is to say what he has done. That's the reason why I give him so much props, because he was able to adapt with two different type of quarterbacks.
Man, I don't give Gus. I'm not giving Gus. I'm not giving him no props because he ain't recruiting no offensive linemen. That's my gripe with Gus Malzahn. Recruit some offensive linemen, Gus. If he would have did that, he'd probably still be the head coach of Auburn right now.
True.
Or
if the boosters wouldn't have gave up on him, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he wasn't recruiting offensive linemen. That's the problem. I mean, what? Man, it is what it is, man. Okay. Anyway, my bad. Go ahead.
They gotta come to the school, man. You know, they gotta sign too. They gotta sign too. It's a two-way street, man. My boy was out there working. But the reason why I say the reason why I give him so many props because we all thought, because me personally, before the Jared Stanham and Johnson duo situation that took us to the SEC championship as well, I thought he needed a mobile quarterback to be successful.
Okay.
Jared Stanham was a traditional pocket quarterback, and he showed me that he can change his play calling to adapt to a different situation.
Yeah, because he had a good running back. He had KRYPTONITE Johnson behind him running the ball.
That's what I'm saying. So you know,
here's the thing about that. If he would have had another running back in the rings ready to go, man, they basically ran KRYPTONITE Johnson in the ground.
In the dirt.
Boy, I said, good God, man, come on, bro. Like, you need another running back or something like that. If they would have had another running back, it would have been Auburn.
They didn't have a receiving threat for real.
That either. That's true too.
They didn't have a receiving threat for real. They did great with what they had, and that's all I'm speaking to. Like you said, like I think I heard you say it. Like, great coaches can coach with bad rosters.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like sometimes scheme can overcome bad rosters.
Okay.
That's the difference between a coach who has to have talent to thrive and a coach who can actually scheme his way into a 8 to 9 win season with a horrible roster that you're looking up and like they snuck out of games that they weren't supposed to win this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just like a lot of coaches, like sometimes a coach can find one person like you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's look at it. Nick Marshall was a cornerback that played quarterback.
He was.
And we schemed our way to an SEC championship, national championship.
Surely did.
So it's just like,
I understand that.
And the thing about with Hugh Freeze bought Payne Thorne. Like,
let's not get in. On that note right there, let's go ahead. I'm
just saying, hey Nick, and it goes back to the whole reason why this situation started, because I said he bought Payne Thorne. That's how you feel about it.
On that note right there, we're gonna move to the all SEC team because everybody knows how I feel about Payne Thorne. Payne Thorne showed me something this year. So man, here we go. Okay, so here we go. We got preseason media day all SEC team. So first team, they got Carson Beck. This is offense. First team, Carson Beck, quarterback. Trevor Etienne from Georgia, running back. Jarquez Hunter, first team all SEC from Auburn. Luther Burden from Missouri, wide receiver. Trey Harris from Ole Miss, wide receiver. Caden Prick, I don't know how to say his last name. Forgive me, from Ole Miss. Tyler Booker from UA. Will Campbell from LSU. Kevin Banks from Texas. Tate Rutledge from Georgia, and Cooper Mays from UT. Here's what I would do. This might be controversial because a lot of people say that Carson Beck is the best quarterback in the SEC right now, I would actually switch Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck.
Yeah.
I would switch Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck.
Man, guess what? Hey, I got one more for you.
Go ahead.
I would switch Jalen Miro with Carson Beck.
Wow. So okay, wait. So you switching? Wait a minute.
Jalen Miro took his team to the Final Four. He deserves it.
So you putting Jalen Miro on? Okay. So let's. So basically, we playing switcheroo with the quarterbacks. So you moving Carson Beck to third team. You moving Quinn Ewers up the first team, and you moving Jalen Miro up the second team. That's what you would do.
Exactly.
You know what? I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that, man. You know what? Because you make a good argument. Jalen Miro did take his team to the college football national championship. I mean, college football playoff. Excuse me. Quinn Ewers took his team to the college football playoff. And Carson Beck lost. Huh?
After he beat who?
He beat Georgia. He beat Georgia. They beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. So you're right. And then wasn't Quinn Ewers? Wasn't he a Heisman finalist?
Yes, he's a Heisman Watchman this year.
So my thing is, man, that's I mean, out of everything else, I would change that. I would definitely put Quinn Ewers first team. I'm high on this. Look, man, I'm high on this Texas team, man. This Texas team is built. They are ready to go, man. They are big up front. They are big on the offensive line. They big on the defensive line. They built SEC tough. They are physical on the back end, man. Quinn Ewers is back. They got wide receivers on the outside, bro. Look, I am high on Texas, bro. I'm high on Texas to come in and make some noise this year. That's why I got them winning the SEC championship, man. I'm high on Texas, man. I'm high on Texas. I'm very high on Texas. Now I'm upset because the only Auburn player that made the defensive
Asante.
Yeah, Eugene Asante, and that was third team.
He should have been second team.
I agree with you.
Fairweather
should have been like third team.
Exactly.
Fairweather should have been third team on the offensive side. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else who should have been at least second team All SEC on the offensive side. He ain't played a down yet. Cam Coleman, that deal, ladies and gentlemen. Cam Coleman should have been at least a second team All SEC.
Somebody tell that boy, man. That boy from Central.
Cam Coleman should have been at least second team All SEC on the offensive side, man. That dude for real. I said this back. I said if Cam Coleman was draft eligible right now, you can't tell me he cannot be a contributor on a Super Bowl contender team like the Chiefs.
And shout out my boy Bill Browder, his wide receiver coach at Central.
Yes.
Just got a new
shout out to him.
Shout out my boy Phil. Congratulations, my boy.
Congratulations to you, boy. Congratulations to you. Oh, and then on the specialist side, Alex McPherson, he made first team All SEC on the specialist side for Auburn as the kicker. And
got made third team, I think, as a return man, as a return specialist.
Yeah, Keontae Scott as the return specialist, and then Alex McPherson again as the place kicker on the third team. How they do that? How he make it both? Oh, he made it as the first team kickoff specialist.
Yeah, specialist.
And then he made place kicker third team. Oh man, interesting, man. Man, I'm excited, man. This is gonna be a great season of college football, man. I'm excited.
Yes.
We are literally less than 5 weeks away from college football being here, man. I think week 0 is like August 23rd, 24th is when it starts, week 0. And then week 1 starts August 31st, ladies and gentlemen. Is it 31st or August 30th? It's one of them days. So y'all better get ready, man. We are here. Oh, man, we are at the halftime mark right now. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what comes up, man. Let's go ahead. What we do, Marcus? What do we do?
Man, you got to roll the footage, man. Shout out my boy Holly.
Roll the footage. Do you want to feel like a star? Then go to Hollywood Media, and you'll be shining. From sports interviews, athletic highlight tapes, athletic photography, Hollywood Media will make you the star of all stars. Feel like a star on the most important days of your life, from college graduation to saying I do to your forever person. Let Hollywood Media make your event star-studded. Subscribe and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood. Hey, man, shout out to our day one supporter of the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man.
Boy, shout out the boy.
Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. That's Hollywood with an EY. And follow him on Facebook at Hollywood Media. That's Hollywood with an EY and media with 2 A's. Shout out to the people that mess with the Water Cooler Talk podcast. I said that wrong. Mess with the people that mess with the people. Mess with the people that mess with the Water Cooler Talk podcast. Yes, that's what it is, man. Shout out to our guy, man. We appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. Hey, man, we back. We in halftime right now, man. Quick take. Why do you think the USA basketball team is struggling with Olympic competition?
Man, I don't know, but 39-year-old bro should be bailing you out 2 games.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is
y'all comparing these guys to the Redeem team and the Avengers and all this. Y'all over there struggling with the Miracle Snow team
South
from the
Sudan. Like, bro, come on, man. Like, what? Who
Germany come over there?
Germany.
Struggling who struggles with Germany in basketball?
Man, I don't know, bro, but this is
Dennis Schroeder is the only German I know that can play basketball.
This is interesting to watch, man. Hey, I asked the question. I'm gonna ask this question. Do you think USA wins? Do you think USA brings the gold medal home?
I hope so.
Man, listen.
I hope so.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea, bro. I don't know, man. I mean, if you're gonna have to have this Herculean effort from LeBron and Anthony Edwards and Steph Curry every single night for them guys to pull it off, man, LeBron ain't gonna have nothing for the season, bro. He gonna be tired. He gonna be tired when the season start. Man, this is interesting. Steph gonna be tired when the season start, and Clay already gone. Come on, man. I'm still not over that, man. It just don't look right with Klay Thompson in a Mavericks uniform. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, all good things must come to an end, man.
Not one bit. I don't like that. Not one bit, ladies and gentlemen.
All good things must come to an end, man.
I guess
they should pay them then. You need to call them and tell them to pay that man. But
this the thing though. Didn't he sign for like 40-some million, 50 million? A 3-year, $50 million deal or something like that? You mean to tell me the Warriors couldn't get that man $50 million, bro?
It's what they refuse to do.
That's crazy. That's crazy, man. It remind me of the D Wade situation in, I want to say it was 2015, 2016, when right after LeBron left, they gave Chris Bosh that max extension for like $120+ million, and then they offered D Wade, the dude that brought you more championships than Chris Bosh, they offered him a 2-year, $40 million deal. And then came back and offered him a 2-year, $45 million. And he ended up going to Chicago for 1 year and signing for $47 million. Like, come on, bro. That just don't make no sense to me.
He went to the crib, too.
Man, that's crazy, man. Clay should never. Certain players should just never leave teams, bro. And I'm mad about that. But it is what it is, man.
Hey, man, it's a new generation. Stuff changed now, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm upset about that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of halftime, man. Let's go ahead and let's move to the second half. Man, we in the second half right now, man. We sticking with football, man, because you know it is football season around these parts, around the Water Cooler Talk. Man, these teams are reporting to training camp, man. I saw Joe Burrow report to training camp today with the blonde hair, which was interesting to see. So I think every team, I think by tomorrow, or no, I think today, every team has reported to training camp. So the Hall of Fame game is, I think, about 2 weeks away. I think it's August 10th, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have NFL football soon. But here's the question that we teased in the opening, man. We're gonna ask this question. And I want to see what you think, and I want to hear what y'all think in the comments as well too. Which is more likely to happen this season? The Chiefs three-peat as Super Bowl champions, or Josh Allen wins the MVP? Marcus, what you got?
Josh Allen has to win the MVP this year, Nick.
That ain't the question. That ain't the question. Which is more likely to
He
happen?
has to.
Which is more likely to
He
happen?
has to. It ain't what more likely to happen. It was gotta happen.
Okay.
He lost everything.
Yes, he did.
We need him. He's gonna have to beat everything.
Okay.
Hope Coleman can. I pray to God Coleman can do something and carry some type of load for him, but he has to have an MVP type season. What's more likely to happen? I'm saying what's more likely to happen? Josh Allen will win the MVP.
Whoa. That's a Bills fan for you, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Bills fan for you.
Me being real. If the Chiefs win 3 in a row, the NFL is rigged, and I would not watch it again.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
I will watch it again, but it is rigged.
Stop lying to God's good people. Man, listen. I'm telling you right now, the most likely thing to happen this season is Patrick Mahomes. Like I've been saying, the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Mahomes will lead the Kansas City Chiefs to a three-peat. And he will go down as the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. Patrick Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen, the Chiefs will three-peat. That is more likely to happen.
So Patrick Mahomes is going to beat the Bengals.
Yes. Even though, well, let me take it back. It depends on where they game at. Because I've always said, this is what I said. I've always said that Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite is a healthy Joe Burrow. I've always said that. I've always said
he looks healthy. He looks healthy than me. He came in here looking like Eminem.
He did, but this is the question though: can he stay healthy?
Hey, he's not.
He always get hurt in training camp. He always get hurt in training camp. It's some little nagging injury that happens every season in training camp, bro. And I'm a Joe Burrow fan. I'm a Joe Burrow fan, bro. But if he's healthy, if Joe Burrow is healthy, I might have to rethink what I just said because I think he's the only quarterback that can give Patrick Mahomes a run for his money when it matters. And when I say when it matters, I mean in the playoffs. That's when it matters. Regular season, when you're trying to fight for seeding, you resting guys a little bit. You're trying to preserve yourself for the postseason. That's a different story. But in the playoffs, when it matters, I think if Joe Burrow is healthy going into the playoffs, and it depends on what the seeding is too. If Joe Burrow is healthy going into the playoffs, that will scare me. And that should scare the Kansas City Chiefs, especially if they end up playing each other in the AFC Championship game.
Okay.
I'm telling you that right now. You can go back and listen. I've always said a healthy Joe Burrow is Patrick Mahomes' kryptonite. That's all I've always said.
What about Baltimore and Derrick Henry and like it's a lot of teams that stepped up. They made a lot of.
Okay, so let's be real. Let's be real. So Baltimore's number one threat at wide receiver is now in Kansas City, but you go get a 30-year-old Derrick Henry to be your running back. I don't expect them. Do you expect Baltimore to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry 35 plus times a game? Can he carry that load at 30 years old?
Yeah, Lamar Jackson back there to help him carry it. And you got they got Gus Edwards still there.
This is my thing. I am not down on Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is a great regular season player. But we had this conversation before. Can he get it done when it matters? Do you think Lamar Jackson can get it done when it matters?
He hasn't in the past, so I don't have a good reason to think
Let's just be honest. Was last season their best chance?
His track record is not. Yes, I feel like it could have been their best chance, but I feel like if that defense come back and be.
But they lost. They lost the linebacker.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember his name. Was it not Judon? But they lost the linebacker. Like, come on, man. Huh?
I think they lost Patrick Queen.
Patrick McQueen. That's who they lost. Yeah, that's who it was. Man, listen. Listen, bro. I'm telling you right now.
If they can come back and Raekwon Smith be worth all that money and he be able to carry that defense by itself,
Mm-hmm.
I think that offense can be something special. If Zay Flowers don't fumble the football,
Isn't Zay Flowers in? No, that's Hollywood Brown. My bad. Hollywood Brown is in Kansas City right now,
Kansas City.
bro.
They got some speed in Kansas City, boy.
Bro.
Woo!
All I'm
I
gonna say
seen that.
is
I seen them in training camp, boy. They got speed. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna count Patrick Mahomes out when he got two
you
deep balls.
never count out the greatness and the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football, Patrick Mahomes. You never count that man out. Never count him out. Except for when there's a healthy Joe Burrow, because Joe Burrow, Joe Burrow is serious too. But man,
They bring back all their pieces.
but see, okay, and this brings in another question. This potentially could be T. Higgins last year
Oh
in
yeah,
Cincinnati.
and they got to do something.
They got to do something. They got to pay him. They got to pay him. I think they can franchise tag him. I think they can franchise tag him one more season if he doesn't get a qualifying offer from another team. I think they can franchise tag him one more season, but I don't think that's going to happen. But this could be his last season in Cincinnati. So do you think Cincinnati goes all out right now because they just paid Joe Burrow what 250, 275, almost $300 million?
Bro, Cincinnati been knocking on the door. They just was in it. They just was in the Super Bowl.
Yep, you're right.
They know the window closing.
Is it
And the
okay?
thing
So is Cincinnati window closing, or is it just the fact that your franchise quarterback was hurt last year? Because if Joe Burrow was healthy last
the
year,
reasons why windows close are more than just health,
okay,
because it becomes contracts. It
yeah, it
becomes
becomes
salary
salary
cap.
cap. Yeah,
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. The reasons why their windows closing, you have players that's breaking out that's worth more than you can pay them under the salary cap that you're allowed to pay them. So you're gonna have to lose pieces that put you in that position to be that competitive in the beginning.
Let me ask you this
So
question: do you think the NFL should have the salary cap that the NBA has in the fact of for every dollar they go over the cap, they should pay a luxury tax?
I think the way that the NBA throws around money and the way that the NFL throws around money are two separate entities, and I would prefer the way that the NFL does it.
Okay, okay, all right. So you would rather have non-guaranteed contracts in the NFL than guaranteed contracts in the NBA?
They got guaranteed contracts and a certain amount guaranteed in the NFL too,
Yeah,
nigga.
it's certain amount guaranteed in the NBA. The whole contract guaranteed. Like that 314 million that Jason Tatum just signed for. Yeah, he getting all that. It
Yeah,
ain't no performance
I'm saying,
bonuses attached to it. He getting all that.
yeah, as because you're speaking from an owner standpoint if you're talking about salary cap. So me as a owner, I'm speaking from an owner's perspective. Me as a player, yes, I'm going NBA. I'm speaking from an owner's perspective.
Oh, you
I
stingy with the
want,
money. You stingy. You stingy with that money. But you a billionaire
yeah, that's
though
what
as an
I'm saying.
owner.
I'm speaking from an owner's
But you a
perspective.
billionaire owner. You can afford it. You a billionaire owner. You can afford it.
I don't care, but
Okay.
I just wanted to be clear with my answer. So you know what I'm saying. I'm all about getting my money as a player. So don't get it twisted.
Okay. All
So
right. So you
me
saying
speaking from an owner's perspective, yes, I would prefer the way the NFL has it set up with a certain amount of salary cap and protecting my assets. I feel like the NFL protects the owners better than the NBA does.
okay. All right. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. But we going back to the so you picking Josh Allen to win the MVP, and you saying Josh Allen should win the MVP. Well, he gotta win the MVP because
You got
Josh
to.
Allen is
'Cause
the Buffalo. He's the offense for the Buffalo Bills this year. Is what you're saying?
he's not the offense because we got a running back also.
Okay.
We got my boy. What's his name? Cousin. What's his name? James Cook. We
Okay.
got his brother. I said cousin.
Okay.
We got Dalvin Cook brother James Cook back there
Okay.
running the football. Second lead rusher last year.
Okay.
But You know, so he got some help, but it's just when you lose a piece like Stephon Diggs, even though people know how I feel about Stephon Diggs,
Okay.
but he still was a very valuable piece. He
Okay.
still contributed. You know what I'm saying? He get in his ways sometime, but he still brought a lot to the table. And he still was valuable to Josh Allen for years. So when you got that piece missing, you're as a quarterback, you're gonna try to overcompensate, especially when you're a physical talent like Josh Allen. So I feel like his usage rate is gonna be at an all time high. He gonna have to make some plays.
Ooh. So do you see more quarterback runs for Josh Allen this
Oh
year?
yes, oh yes,
Okay.
oh yes, indeed.
Okay.
He's gonna have to improvise a lot this year.
Okay. So improvisation. So how big is Keon Cole gonna be for Josh Allen this year? Now, mind you, Keon Cole, and I think I'm saying his last name right. Keon Cole Coleman,
Coleman.
excuse me. He was one of the wide receivers for Peyton Thorne at Michigan State before he transferred to Florida State last year and had a breakout season. Auburn was trying to get him to come to Auburn and stay with Peyton Thorne, but he decided to go to Florida State when Peyton Thorne transferred to Auburn. So how big of a factor does Keon Cole have to be in that offense? Is Keon Cole gonna have to be like a Jordan Addison type player when Jefferson was out? Is he gonna have to step up and be that type of guy for this offense
Yes,
on the receiving core?
Keon Coleman is going to have to take the number one role.
Okay. Well, okay. So who gonna be the reliable, solid number two?
Shakir number 10 will have to be our number two at this point. I like Curtis Samuel, but
Curtis
I
Samuel's small, man. He's small, bro.
exactly,
He's
but
small,
Shakir
bro.
small. That's what I'm saying. Shakir small too, but I'm leaning Curtis Samuel more. So I mean, I'm leaning Shakir more than Curtis Samuel. I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
If you
I'm
could,
leaning Shakir more than Curtis Samuel because he had as a Bills fan, he has shown me more in our uniform. So
okay. So right now, if
Curtis,
you had the opportunity to bring in one receiver to pair with Keon Coleman right now, you can get one receiver right now to pair with Keon Coleman to take the load off of him and to give Josh Allen another weapon. Who would you pick right now?
realistically,
Realistically, who would you pick?
realistically, I would go DeAndre Hopkins. Realistic.
Whoa, he in Tennessee, ain't he?
Yeah, like really a realistic receiver that we can get because all the true number ones are tied up.
Okay.
But yeah, so a number one that I feel like still got some juice that can put it together. They can be a threat with Keon Coleman. I would go DeAndre Hopkins.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to the question, which is most likely to happen. Marcus is picking his home favorite team. He's saying Josh Allen will win the MVP. Nah, he's saying Josh Allen gotta win the MVP. I'm
Got to.
saying, I'm saying
For us,
the
for the Buffalo Bills who return to the playoffs, Josh Allen must be
okay.
MVP.
All right, before we get out of this, how far do the Bills go in the playoffs, or do the Bills even make the playoffs?
If he is not having an MVP type season, I don't think so. Our division is
Ooh,
going to be very, very tough next.
ooh. Ain't
Dolphins,
ain't the Jets in
Dolphins,
y'all division?
huh?
Ain't the
Yes,
Jets in
the
y'all division?
Dolphins in our division, the Jets is our division, and I'm not really worried about the Patriots, but they could be a nice formidable opponent on any given Sunday.
Okay. All right. And apparently, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers coming back.
Okay, I'm worried about the Jets. I'm worried about the
Hey
Jets.
man,
I'm worried about the Dolphins.
Aaron Rodgers had them big old shoes on, bro. Like his shoes was huge, bro.
Hey,
After
question
that,
though, before we get up out of here, if Tua doesn't win anything this year or a playoff game, what are we saying at this point?
he's a great talent.
He's
He's a
great.
great regular
He's
season
a great
talent.
regular season talent.
You're gonna have to put him
You're
in the
gonna have
boat. You're gonna have to put him in the Lamar Jackson boat, man. You gonna have to. You're gonna have to. In my opinion, you have to put two in that Lamar Jackson boat. Great regular season talent. Nobody's denying his talent. Nobody's denying what he can do with the football. Nobody's denying like how dynamic he is on the field when he's on the field for his team because he makes a difference. But can you win the game? Can you win the big game? Can you win the one that matters? That's what matters when it gets to the playoff. When it gets to the playoffs, man.
How long do you think his leash is in Miami if he can't win?
Uh, I think they'll get rid of McDaniels first before they did I say that's not their coach name?
Yeah,
McDaniel,
you right.
yeah, McDaniel is right. I was thinking of Josh McDaniel. My bad. You're right. His name is McDaniel. I was thinking they may get rid of McDaniels first before they get rid of Tua. Cause then they just pay Tua a bunch of money. Like didn't he just get like a nice size contract?
I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not sure. So
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I believe I'm speculating that he just got a contract or he's in line for a contract coming up. But nah, man, he got to win. He got to win. He got to win this year, man. Especially with Odell down there. Odell down there now, right? Tyreek.
They got Odell, they got Jalen Ramsey, they got Jordan Poyer, they got Tyreek, they got Jalen Waller on the other side. They ready, bro.
Name wise, they should be something serious, bro. Name wise, they should come in and they should at least compete for the division.
They should win our division.
That's what I'm saying.
Down.
They should compete for the division. But we'll see though, man. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the second half, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, the coolest podcast in your ear. Marcus, how you feel about that, man?
I feel good, man. I'm glad to be back every week.
Yes, man. We back every week because it's football time. Yeah, man. We here, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us here, man. Marcus, I know we didn't talk about this, but do you have a Water Boy award for these people? If you don't, it's okay. If you do, let's do it.
Hey, man. Yes, I do have a Water Boy
Alrighty then.
award.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to give out the award that everybody loves. But the person that gets it, boy, he hate it.
Give it up for the Water Boy Award.
Gatorade. H2O. Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Marcus, who you giving this week's Water Boy Award to, boss?
Man, this week's Water Boy Award, we spoke about it earlier, goes to Mr. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
What?
The preseason haircut game.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Preseason haircut game. I ain't gonna get on Jamar Chase because I read his was kind of fire. But Joe Burrow, bro, like, come on, bro. Blonde, bro.
Okay.
Bro, really, bro, you look like somebody dipped you in some peroxide and pulled you out, bro.
Wow, bro. Wow.
Come on, bro. Joe Burrow look crazy with blonde hair, bro. I seen Joe Burrow with blonde hair, bro. I was like, bro, he looked like. I told my kids to go in the house because he looked like one of them people who would get mad and shoot up the whole.
Wow, dog.
Burrow look crazy with. Hey, he look crazy, bro.
Nah, that's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
I seen a picture of Joe Burrow with the blonde hair and the tank top, bro. I was like, man.
Hey, but all I'm gonna say is Joe Burrow is the kryptonite. A healthy Joe Burrow is the kryptonite.
Yes. His talent speaks for itself, but
so he can do that.
His blonde hair is very scary.
He can do that. When you just got paid $275, $300 million,
His blonde hair is very scary. And for that, Joe, come just sip a little water with me and wear a hat, please.
Man, shout out to Joe Burrow, man. We miss you, bro.
We just picking fun, Joe. Please don't come. And if you come visit me, man, just bring me a jersey signed by you.
Yeah, give me a signed Joe Burrow jersey. That'll work. Not a signed LSU one. Signed Cincinnati Bengals one. I don't want that.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
Bring the LSU one over, I might burn it.
Marcus, what do you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, man?
Hey, man, shout out home team, man. Shout out the same people who I shout out every week, man. I appreciate y'all for coming back, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We back. Hey, this is what we do, man. This is something fun. We are here every week. I'm glad to be here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, last week I teased that I had a big announcement coming up, and I do. I wish I had a drum roll, but ladies and gentlemen, the Water Cooler Talk podcast will be having its very first fantasy football league, ladies and gentlemen. So if you want to join the fantasy football league, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be a part of it, man, there will be prizes. Still debating that now. I had something in my mind at first, but those might change. But we will be doing that. We will be having a draft before the season starts, September 5th for the NFL. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Water Cooler Talk podcast, fantasy football season. There will be prizes. Still hashing those out right now. So
the list to get in. Don't wait till the last minute.
Not wait.
Because I know y'all gonna want to do this. This is gonna be fun.
So right now, let us know. DM us, text us if you have our numbers. Let us know if you want to be a part of it, so we can go ahead and get you locked in. So we'll know how many people will be in the league this year, man. So y'all be ready for that, man. The Water Cooler Talk podcast, Fantasy Football League. Let's go, man. Hey,
let's go.
Before we get up out of here, man, I want to say shout out to Tuskegee, Macon County 4-6, man. Shout out to Booker T. Washington High School, man. Shout out to the University of South Alabama for giving me my degree. Hey, man, shout out to my wife and my mom. I love y'all so much, man. Shout out to my new puppy, Creed. Shout out to Creed, man. What up, Creed? He ain't gonna hear this, but just know you got shout out. I give you a treat. I give you a treat later on. But man, thank y'all so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us. And as always, before we get up out of here, man, y'all have a good one. No, better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Water Cooler Talk. Make sure to follow us on our socials on Instagram and TikTok at Water Cooler Talk and on YouTube at The Coolest Pod 23. Also, make sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast player so that you never miss an episode.